From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Monday, September 10th, a former county official will be sentenced in federal court today. A National Guard plane returns to the sky, but in a different way. And remembering the history of Market Street. Here are the details. Former Newcastle County Chief Administrator Sherry Freeberry learns her fate today. She's scheduled to be sentenced in federal court in Philadelphia after pleading guilty to making a false statement on a loan application. She could get up to 30 years in prison and $1 million fine, but her lawyer says she should serve no more than 4 hours. Freeberry and former county executive Tom Gordon were charged with mail fraud, wire fraud, and racketeering in a 2004 indictment alleging a 10-year pattern of personal and political misuse of county employees, county property, and county funds dating to 1994. Gordon will be sentenced later this week. Police in Wilmington are investigating the fatal stabbing of a 40-year-old woman. The woman was found outside in the 1300 block of Chestnut Street shortly before 6 o'clock this morning. She was pronounced dead at the scene, suffering from multiple stab wounds. Senator Biden says President Bush's war strategy is failing, and the top military commander in Iraq is wrong for warning against major changes. Biden indicated that he and other Democrats would persist in efforts to set target dates for bringing troops home.
I will insist on a target date to get American combat forces out, all but those who are necessary to protect our civilians that are remaining there, and all but those who are needed in order to deal with providing for Al-Qaeda not being able to reclaim large swaths of territory.
General David Petraeus and Ambassador Ryan Crocker are scheduled to testify before 4 congressional committees this week, including the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, which Biden chairs. Lawmakers will hear how the commander and the diplomat assess progress in Iraq and offer recommendations about the course of war strategy. St. Francis Hospital officials are saying thank you to the city of Wilmington for a $1 million donation. WDEL's Frank Gerace reports.
The money will be paid over 2 years and be used for equipment upgrades and to continue to serve patients and provide jobs on the city's west side. Mayor Baker and several council members made the formal presentation during a ceremony at the hospital Friday morning. Frank Gerace, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Coming up, a Delaware lighthouse is sold. WDEL News continues in a moment.
Looking to gain an edge in the technology or design field? Wilmington College's Division of Information Technology and Advanced Communications offers state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest tools. Did you know that Wilmington College has been preparing students for careers in media arts and technology over the past 7 years? Enjoy hands-on experience and personal attention from instructors drawn straight from the industry. To learn more, visit wilmcoll.edu. Wilmington College. Achieve balance, achieve success.
Authorities are trying to determine who owns a mobile home destroyed in a fire in the Mickledale Trailer Park. The fire yesterday afternoon on 6th Street also damaged the exteriors of several other mobile homes. Only one minor injury was reported. Area residents weren't sure who owned the ruined home. They say it was brought to the neighborhood about 2 months ago. An old F-86 fighter plane from the Delaware National Guard went back into the sky for the final time. As a lasting tribute to Lieutenant Colonel David McAllister, former commander of the 142nd Fighter Squadron, the Cindy Lynn 9th is back in the air, a permanent display at the Guard base in Newcastle. The plane is named for McAllister's 2 oldest daughters, and another child, Deborah, says seeing the plane on display reminds her of the time she spent at the base.
We had a wonderful time growing up as little Air Force brats. Of course, we didn't have to move. Daddy could fly everywhere, and we just loved being down here as children and going to the air shows, and it was just an exciting time for all of us.
The F-86 once played a major role for the Air Force across the country and here in the first state.
One of the earliest fighters that our Delaware Air National Guard had when we were a fighter wing. We flew this venerable aircraft and aircraft like it through the Korean War and into the early 60s before we became tactical airlift unit.
The plane served as a static ground display since its retirement 45 years ago, but it suffered significant damage in 2004 when a tornado blew through the base. But now it stays in the air as a tribute to those who fought for our country in the past and those who are doing the same today. The Historical Society of Delaware is giving you a chance to look back at a rich part of Wilmington's history as part of a special exhibition. WDEL's Carl Konevsky takes a look.
The exhibit is called Full Circle, A History of Change on Market Street, and it features loads of pictures and artifacts that tell the story of one of the most historic spots in Wilmington. Ellen Rendell, curator of maps and photographs at the Historical Society, says the exhibit carries an important message as Market Street continues to change.
From the beginning of time, change has been a constant, which sounds trite, but it's so true. And so as we look to the future, we may not know exactly where we're going, but having seen 10 years or 20 years behind us, we can start to say, wow, look what's happened, how exciting the next 10 years or 20 years could be.
Rendell says part of the exhibit pays tribute to Market Street mainstays, businesses that have spent more than 35 years on Market Street.
Institutions like Wilmington Trust and Wilmington Savings Fund Society and Gavado's Candy and Wright and Simon and Leo and Jimmy's, maybe if we can look to them and see why are they still here after 35 years? What have they come through? We might get a glimpse into what makes somebody last.
The exhibit, which runs through January 12th at the Delaware History Museum on Market Street, is open Tuesdays through Fridays from 11 to 4 and 10 to 4 on Saturdays. Reporting from Wilmington, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
A California attorney is the winning bidder for Delaware Bay Lighthouse. Michael Gabriel offered $200,000 for the 14-foot bank lighthouse, which sits about 11 miles off Bowers Beach. It's his second lighthouse purchase. He bought the Bloody Point Lighthouse in the Chesapeake Bay for $100,000 last December. He plans to use both lighthouses for summer getaways. Well, the Eagles let one get away. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Delmarva Broadcasting and DelmarvaJobs.com will host the first area-wide virtual job fair. From September 10th through 23rd, browse through hundreds of job listings from dozens of companies and apply immediately online. Visit DelmarvaJobs.com. The Delmarva Virtual Job Fair, presented by the Winter Automotive Group.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware. Every weekday morning, 5:30 till 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, special teams miscues cost the Eagles as they lost to Green Bay 16-13 in the season opener. Rookie Mason Crosby kicked a game-winning 42-yard field goal with 2 seconds left for the Packers. The Pack got the ball after J.R. Reed muffed a punt at the Eagles' 31-yard line with 59 seconds left. The Packers scored their only touchdown of the game in the first half when Greg Lewis fumbled a punt, and Green Bay recovered the ball in the end zone. Donovan McNabb was 15 for 33, 184 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in his return. The Eagles' next play, Washington, a week from tonight at the Link. The Phillies scored the first 8 runs of the game, then held on to beat the Florida Marlins 8-5. Pat Burrell hit a 2-run homer and drove in 3 runs to lead the Phillies offense. The win leaves the Phils 2 games behind San Diego in the wild card race. The Phillies open a 4-game set with Colorado tonight at Citizens Bank Park. Kyle Loesch pitching for the Phils against Cesar Jimenez. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast. Clouds and sun mixed through today with a passing shower or thunderstorm, high 88. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a shower or thunderstorm, low 69. And tomorrow, clouds and sun, again, chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Tomorrow's high 84. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM, WDEL, or anytime right here at WDEL.com. I'm Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.